Hello, my name is Youssef Macary, and this is my application to be a senior resident assistant here. To start a little about me, I'm a sophomore honors business management major. I'm originally from Woolcott, Connecticut. I'm trying to get a degree in business management, but I'm also enrolled in a fast track program for my master's of public administration, and I hope to one day work in the nonprofit management field. Some stuff I do in my free time other than my job as a resident assistant is I'm a part of the Talon County Robotics Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization that runs youth robotics programs in the area. So I'm the president of that foundation, and I also do a lot of work as a First Lego League robotics mentor, where I work with younger students and mentor them through the robotics journey. And then I'm also the vice president of the Hilltop Hall Council, and I was the secretary of the Buckship Hall Council last year. So that's just a little about me in general. The reason I want to be a senior resident assistant, I think one of the biggest reasons is my senior resident assistant was amazing and a great part of kind of my journey of becoming an RA. She was really supportive of me and all the other new RAs through the training process. She took time to kind of get to meet us and really went out of her way to build community. And I think because of that, I saw the impact that a really good SRA can have on the area. And I kind of want that opportunity to make that same impact on new RAs. Additionally, I feel like I'm a responsible and reliable person. I'm generally like a go-getter who tries to do more and be as responsible and reliable as possible. And I think having a person like that could benefit the staff in the area. And also on a personal note, advancement in my position allows me to learn more and develop new skills and overall be a better RA and a better leader within my community. Building on that, what I hope to gain from being an SRA is first experience as a leader. I have a lot of different like leadership experience, and I want to continue to build those experience so that I could be as effective as possible, both in this job and in future jobs in my life. Interpersonal skills, I want to be able to work well with others, and I think as an SRA, I get to build on the skills I think I've already developed through my career as a student, but also build those more and learn more new skills. Um, it's also a lot more responsibility than being an RA, so I get to learn how to manage that responsibility. And most importantly, I get to help the opportunity to help other RAs and have an impact on them and really try to strengthen my area and build a better community of RAs who feel supported by one another. In terms of what my greatest strengths and challenge is, I think my greatest strengths is I take initiative. I'm definitely willing to help out with stuff. I volunteered to be the RAB rep for Hilltop Halls. Also, whenever me and another RA on duty, I'm always willing to do the duty log and kind of go out of my way to do that. Um, During opening, I volunteered, and me and a few other RAs volunteered to help do like our first floor bulletin board that no one else was responsible for. And I do a lot of other extracurricular activities. So I think in general, I take initiative, and that is a big strength that I bring to the position. One challenge that I know was brought up in my eval is I going a little too fast, specifically during inspections. I went too fast and noted something for an IR, but didn't follow the procedures of calling the fire marshal. And my supervisor just mentioned that in those situations, I should try to slow down and maybe just make sure I know the procedures ahead of time so it's more automatic for me. But that's definitely something I think I can correct and build on as I continue to be an RA. What I hope to share with my staff, I hope to be a proactive leader who really tries to build community within the RAs. Especially during training, I really want to find ways for RAs to interact with one another and kind of get to know each other as a community because I think RAs work better when we all kind of know each other, are comfortable with one each other, um, and can help each other out. I also can share someone with experience in this position and willingness to share that experience with new RAs. As someone who is just a new RA, I know that it could be a nerve-wracking experience, kind of doing this for the first time. You're going through training and learning all this knowledge. So having someone who's willing to share that experience and kind of, tell them the ins and outs is definitely beneficial. And also a responsive RA who's available. I want to make sure I'm available to the people in my area as much as possible if they ever have a question or need anything. Terms of initiatives I'd like to incorporate, some of these are definitely stuff that my SRA did with our community that I think worked really effectively. I want to have a supportive and inclusive community of RAs. I kind of want it to be the norm that we help each other out and kind of hang out with each other. This way, it's not like we're isolated whenever we have to deal with incidents. We really feel like we have a community backing us up, and it makes the job, I think, a lot more enjoyable. Um, Something we do at Hilltop Halls is we have staff lunches, and I want to bring that to whatever area I go to. Make sure every time we have a staff meeting or staff dinners, actually, every time we have a staff meeting, we go to dinner afterwards or beforehand. Um, Also, during training week, doing some kind of like team building fun activities as a group instead of just going back to our rooms at the end of the day, making sure we're trying to interact with as much as possible. Especially at the start, because before classes start and life gets crazy. Um, Another initiative is an opportunity for idea sharing, maybe just like whenever we communicate with one another, sharing ideas when it comes to bulletin boards, community meetings, ways to do husky chats. I definitely want to initiate that as much as possible because I know a lot of new RAs, the first time they're doing husky chats or community meetings, might not know what works and what doesn't. And I think having a place where returners can share their ideas with new RAs would be a great thing for the RA community. And also just being an encouraging person who reminds RAs of different deadlines and is there to help support them in any way I can. I think for the biggest challenge that I'm going to face is that I just generally have a lot of commitments and I'm a busy person. That doesn't necessarily mean that the role is undoable. It's just I juggle a lot, so that means in order to fix that challenge and overcome it, I have to be really good at time management. And I could also make myself have designated times for SRA duties and just be proactive as possible in the duties that I have to make sure I don't fall behind. Because I do a lot, I think I'm pretty good at managing time and kind of juggling a bunch of different things at once without getting overwhelmed. But I definitely think it's a challenge adding on a different and another role to that. But I definitely think it's doable, and I'm really excited to potentially become an SRA, or if not, continue my role as an SRA and kind of help build the community throughout UConn. Thank you.